What if every drop of water on Earth was alcohol instead? Right now you are mostly water. 60% of you, give or take. Every cell, every thought, every heartbeat runs through it. Now imagine every drop of that water was replaced with alcohol. Not a drink, not a party. Every glass, every river, every raindrop. What would happen to your body? What would happen to your mind? The answer is stranger and closer to history than you think. Start with your kidneys. They are filtration plants. Their entire job is balance. Keep just enough water in. Flush the rest out, carrying waste with it. Alcohol does not let them do that job quietly. It blocks a hormone called vasopressin. Vasopressin normally tells your kidneys to hold on to fluid. Without it, your kidneys let water go. That is why one drink sends you to the bathroom more than a full glass of water would. Your body would not just be thirsty, it would be losing fluid faster than it could ever replace it. You would be drowning in liquid and dehydrating at the same time. Now think about your brain. 60% water is a rough number for your whole body, but your brain runs even wetter, close to 75%. Alcohol crosses the blood-brain barrier easily. It slows down a neurotransmitter system called GABA, which controls calm and inhibition, and at the same time it suppresses glutamate, which controls alertness and memory formation. That combination is why alcohol makes you feel looser, slower, and later, forgetful. Now imagine your brain never got a break from that. No sober window, no morning clarity, just a permanent low-grade fog, layered over every decision you would ever try to make. Here's where it gets interesting. This is not a hypothetical for all of human history. For long stretches of it, it was closer to reality than you might expect. Historian and food scholar Tom Standage, in his book, A History of the World in Six Glasses, traces how beer became a daily staple across ancient Mesopotamia and Egypt, not for pleasure, but for survival. Untreated river water carried cholera, dysentery, and typhoid. Beer, brewed and boiled, killed many of those pathogens before it ever reached a cup. Standage argues that beer was, in a very real sense, safer to drink than the water beside it. Entire civilizations built their daily rhythm, their labor, their rituals, around a mildly alcoholic staple, because the alternative could kill them faster than the alcohol ever would. Medieval Europe followed a similar pattern. Small beer, a low-alcohol brew far weaker than what you would find today, was consumed by adults and children alike, not to get drunk, but because clean water was unreliable in crowded towns. Historians studying English brewing records estimate that per capita consumption in some periods reached over a liter a day, not as indulgence, as infrastructure. So what would it actually feel like to live in a world of alcohol instead of water? Your liver would become the most overworked organ in your body. Right now, your liver processes alcohol using an enzyme called alcohol dehydrogenase, converting it into acetaldehyde, then into acetate, then eventually into carbon dioxide and water. That process takes time, roughly 1 standard drink per hour for an average adult liver, before the body fully clears it. If every fluid you consumed was alcohol, your liver would never catch up. It would be running at full capacity, every hour, every day, for the rest of your life. Researcher and physiologist Dr. Sarah Jackson, who has published on hydration physiology, has pointed out that alcohol's diuretic effect means it actively works against the body's fluid balance, rather than supporting it the way water does. Water moves in. Alcohol pulls more out than it puts in. That imbalance would compound daily. Within about a week of this hypothetical, your body would likely be in a state of chronic dehydration so severe that basic organ function would begin to fail. Kidneys strain. Blood pressure swings. Even your skin, which depends on hydration to stay elastic, would begin to break down faster than it could repair itself. But here's the part that connects it back to something ancient in you. Your brain did not evolve for a world flooded with clean water on demand. For most of human history, water was uncertain. It carried risk. Anthropologist and evolutionary biologist Robert Dudley proposed something called the drunken monkey hypothesis, suggesting that primates evolved a taste for low levels of alcohol, because ripe, fermenting fruit signaled a reliable calorie source. That faint alcoholic scent in the forest meant sugar, meant food, meant survival. Your attraction to the smell of a bakery, the sweetness of ripe fruit, even your body's complicated relationship with alcohol today, may trace back to ancestors who learned to follow that scent through the trees. That is the twist, isn't it? You are not just imagining a world of alcohol instead of water. You are looking at a shadow of a world your ancestors partially lived in. Not liters of vodka running through village wells, but watered down, fermented staples, consumed daily, because it was often the safer choice available. Your body's relationship with alcohol is not new. It is old. It is layered into how your liver processes toxins, how your brain responds to depressants, even how your ancestors chose what to eat off a forest floor millions of years before written language existed. So if every drop of water became alcohol tomorrow, your body would not adapt. It would break. Dehydration would set in within days. Your liver would fail under a workload it was never built to sustain continuously. Your brain would lose the clarity it depends on to keep you safe, to keep you alert, to keep you you. Total replacement is not survivable. But the partial version, the historical version, tells you something quieter and more interesting. Humans have always had a complicated relationship with the liquids they put into their bodies, sometimes out of necessity, sometimes out of biology written long before civilization began. Right now, you are mostly water. And somewhere in that water is a body that remembers, faintly, a time when the safest thing to drink was not water at all. If your brain just got a little thirstier for this kind of thing, you know what to do.